Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's live podcast. Why am I using my radio voice? Hey, guys, what's up? How you doing today?
You're
Happy weekend, everybody. Today we have roundtable. We got a couple more still coming in. They're doing their usual fashion, being late. But we still got Reborn coming in. Logic, I'm not sure. Is Heartbeat out there?
I think Heartbeat's tied up at the moment.
He's tied up, so we're still expecting Reborn to come in here. So that's good.
Yes.
He's fashionably late playing his PC. But he's good. He's gonna come in and join us shortly. But what a week, guys! What a week! Real quick, Unit Logic. Unit Logic. What the heck's that? Luke, what's your week like?
Man, same old. Chilling, gaming, some surgery, but just chilling. Yeah.
That. Okay, if you guys don't know, he went through surgery, so send them all your donos to him. Forget this week is not me; it's all donos to him.
Yeah, PayPal.com/Logic so sick.
Go fund me.
I can't make one of those. I need somebody to sponsor and make one for me. So
I got you. We'll make the best story ever.
There you go.
Thanks.
Reckless looks like he's driving home. What you got? What was up this week? Anything new?
No,
thumbs up. All right.
That's what you get.
Let me see.
I had a great week.
Oh, not a good week. He had a great week, guys. So that's a good way to start.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Thanks to Phil. We had a good week. If y'all don't understand who Phil is, then y'all don't belong in this podcast. But Phil, thank you, Phil, for blessing us having a good week as always. Every Monday, every Tuesday, Wednesday, looks like every week. It's brand new news coming in. So thank you, Phil. That guy, Pete Money. What's up with your week? I know we've been gaming all this week. So what's up?
Frustrating. None of these games work.
Yeah, I
can't have fun playing no games if they don't work. No, but it's been all right. It's been good.
I totally agree.
Been shopping, trying to look for Series X. So a used PS5 in the GameStop in Jersey. I was like, should I? I was like, nah, I don't want that. $450 for a used console. Nah, I'm good.
Shit, that might have all the crud from that one guy that posted that picture on Twitter. All that nasty smoke looking disgusting. You don't want that.
I thought the whole point was to just buy games and look at them and never play them. I thought that's what happens. You're just supposed to keep adding to your collection and then never play them at all.
Apparently, that's the trend. You're supposed to buy these $70 games and just play them one time for 10 hours and just put them aside, and now you're a collector. That's it.
Especially ones that have fake,
You're supposed to use it as a doorstop.
Doorstop, that's what it was. Oh my god, I fell on that one because all mine are digital. So the only way I can use a doorstop is I take my console and put it at the door. But I use my console. I don't know.
You gotta do an NFT now, Kills. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
All right, that's that. Me and Money has been playing a lot of Apex. We finally got into some. There's a lot of background. Is that you, Money?
That's me.
Yeah.
Hold up.
There we go. So, sorry, listeners. Sorry. Live. It's all live. But I had a great week. One of the things I want to show off, and I want to shout out one of my followers. Dude's name is Vegas. If you guys haven't followed him, look through my page. You'll be there. His name is Vegas, and this guy. Look, I have a problem with it when it comes to Xbox and spending, man. When I'm looking at my Amazon and Twitter, you guys be sending me these tips and these ideas. And I'm going, oh shit, I can do that. Well, this kid, or man, I should say, Vegas, dude was tweeting out something on his Twitter feed, and I'm going, damn, that looks really damn good. I think I want that. Then I was like, you know what? It's late. It was like 3 a.m. It's like it's late. I don't want to be buying. I'm tired buying stuff that late. I'm not using common sense. Then he tweets me back and goes, no, you really want this. He was egging me on. So I went ahead and said, fuck it. Ended up buying it. Got it today. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Yo, Vegas. And I say this in the most politest way, man. Go fuck yourself. But here's a trophy right here. Right? See that? Love it. So that's all because of him. But thank you, brother, for achievement unlocked. Thank you for sending that my way. But I did end up getting it. Pretty neat toy. I mean, it adds to my Xbox collection. So that's pretty much how my week started. And then we're gonna segue right into how the week ended. Can we talk about it? MLB The Show, guys? MLB The Show 21? I mean, can we talk about that?
That was unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Thank you.
I mean,
And I just gotta say thank you, Sony, for fucking that up.
so I don't know. I mean, it ain't. I mean, it ain't, you think about it. It ain't really Sony. It's MLB who has that licensing, and they ended up just telling Sony, "Hey, man, either you multi-plat this or we find somebody else to do it." I'm assuming that's the conversation that happened. And Sony said, "No, we like the license. It pushes our consoles, so let's go ahead and." I know it pushed consoles for me and Reckless because we love MLB The Show. Like that's one of those things that we'll end up buying. I know people will buy a whole console just for that one game. I'm that guy. Whether it be SOCOM, MLB The Show, or God of War, I'm the guy. I will buy that console just for that. But when we found out that MLB The Show was going to be on Xbox because the multi-platform thing, it's a huge W. I'm going, shit, I don't have to go out and buy me another console. Great. That's, I mean, I can wait now. I was going to get me a PS5, but all the issues they're having right now, I was like, I could wait. I'll get that console later on. And then we get this shit. We get other news. I had to go get my refund on my pre-order because, guys, fucking Phil dropped it on Game Pass. Day and date. Who would have thought? Like we've been gaming for a long time, guys. Who would have thought that in 2021, playing a console like a Microsoft console, we're gonna get a Sony game on the console and absolutely free? Anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, it's dope. It's not free because you're paying for Game Pass.
Well, right.
But the value is there. But this only goes to speak to how much value is in Game Pass, and it's never ending. It's never ending at this point. Now, there's an alternate side to that with everybody and their mother having Game Pass and certain games coming out and having some problems at launch. I'm sure we'll talk about it later on. But just speaking on MLB itself, I think it's amazing to come out the first time the show being on Xbox and the fact that it's available day one on Game Pass. Got your refund. That's cool too. Microsoft's giving back refunds for people. I mean, that's amazing. Right there in itself as well. It's great. It's a beautiful thing. So I miss playing baseball games. I kind of wish, I bought a PS4 Pro during the pandemic last year. First game I bought was MLB The Show 20. And I was playing it because I literally miss playing baseball games. I was a big 2K person myself back on Xbox 360. So I'm just hoping they announce the show for PC soon.
I'm hoping that goes around because they do that. I mean, they do have crossplay on it.
Which is pretty dope.
Consoles, which is pretty dope. I can see. I mean, and most of the time I do crossplay. PC's involved somehow because it's like the stabilizer in my head. That's how I think. That's like what stabilizes that whole crossplay, playability. For lack of better terms, but I can see that coming to PC. Maybe not launch date because they haven't announced anything on it yet, but I can see it coming in the future. Especially since MLB now is getting a taste of the excitement that's around dropping something like that on a different console for the first time ever. And then on top of that, you build more excitement on top of that by announcing, hey, everybody has access to it that has Game Pass. Like no extra charge. If you have Game Pass, the access is there. So I mean, I can see it coming to PC, but I hope it does because the thing about Game Pass, man, it's all about exposure, right? It's all about the exposure. You guys hear me in the background? I apologize. It's all about exposure at this time. So it's one of those things where MLB is a global sport, but you had it on one console and only one console only to the point where they go, well, that makes no sense. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it accessible to more households. And they went ahead and said multi-plat it. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but part of the reason why it ended up on Game Pass and it was able to be ended up on Game Pass is because the Xbox version is published by MLB. It's not published by Sony. So that's an interesting thing there. When I saw that, I said, "Oh, that's probably how they got to that because the door was left open for Microsoft or Phil to go in there and say, hey, or the marketing department, I should say, for Xbox to say, hey, what a great time, but to do this right now."
So is it like MLB publishing? Do they have a gaming publishing thing, or is it just straight up
It's just straight up for that game. What I'm assuming is that they just ended up knocking on Sony's door and say, look, we'll front this money, we'll do the publishing for the Xbox, we'll do all of that. You don't have to worry about that. We'll pay for the development on it, production, all of that. Just make it for the Xbox.
Oh, and just note too that because it's on Game Pass, Sony got paid for this already. The developer
Definitely.
You know,
It's
Santa Monica. I think it's
upfront
Santa
money.
Monica.
Upfront guaranteed money. Yeah, that's how that works. And I'm thinking MLB with what they gave Sony as far as the publishing or that whatever they upfronted on them, they got that back with Game Pass with Phil and the Game Pass marketing team. You know, like they said, here's this money. So I'm sure that all said it somehow. And what people don't understand is a lot of these deals that are going on when it comes to like the Game Pass stuff. I'm assuming that's obviously limited time, right? It's not going to be like there forever. It's just for a taste of it. But I just thought I wish I knew how long it'll be on there, because you know what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be playing baseball and have a franchise going on. I'm probably playing online with some of you guys, and then that goes off in 2 weeks. Notice is going to come about. I'm going to end up buying it.
That's
The promotion.
You think they're gonna do that though? You honestly think they'll do that with a game like that?
I mean, they could.
Well,
It's within their rights.
It's like that for like 2 weeks, and then after that, you have to buy it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. And I think the same thing's gonna happen with Outriders. I think the same thing will happen with Outriders.
I think if they do that though, they need to make it's like EA. Like I think EA before it was Play, when it was like Origin Access and Premiere and stuff like that, like they would tell you, like, I mean, if the game was in Premiere, like if it was a first title game through EA, you're getting it as long as you're paying for the service, it's yours, right? I think that needs to be made like explicit, like when you're downloading the game and they say like, hey, you have it for this amount of time, but then eventually you're going to have to pay for it. I think that needs to be said somewhere, because for them to just take it, to offer it and to make it, because what for people like that don't have Game Pass, that say this is the reason why I want to invest in Game Pass, and next thing you know, they remove the game from Game Pass, and it's like, I mean, there's a lot of other reasons to stay with Game Pass,
right?
But you know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of like a bait and switch, you know?
Yeah, I mean, what Phil is doing is making it a sexy option. You know, he's making it a nice looking, beautiful, bowed up option. And he's proving time in and time out. Does it look blurry to you guys? The game you play? I think it's look blurry. He's proven day in and day out. And by the way, this is Phoenix Rising, guys. I was playing the DLC that just came out. So this was me playing Phoenix Rising DLC. Love it, love it, love it. It's one of those games that was a sleeper for me, and I think money as well. And for a lot of people, this game was a sleeper right here, the one you see on the screen. Very fun game. It's a tight-knit version of Assassin's Creed is what I call it. It's nice, it's fun, it's cartoony, doesn't take itself serious. But anyways, I think what Phil is doing with this Game Pass, and he's proven time and time again, he's showing that the power of it. You know, by putting your game on this service, you're gonna get exposure, and you're gonna get your money, because it's been proven. I know a lot of these, people on the other side of the realm, on the PlayStation side of the key, or even people who are just not console players, they're just on the PC side, or just gamers. They're always saying things like it's a rental service. People don't buy games on Game Pass. What's the point of getting Game Pass if you're not going to buy them? I like only my own game. But here I keep seeing time and time again reports that show numbers of these games that are on Game Pass being purchased, full purchased, full price and everything after they experience it on Game Pass. I mean, for me, that's what it is. There's a lot of games on there. I've said this before. A lot of games on there I would never in my life go, I want to get that. I want to pay $50-$60 for that. Never. And then these games that I end up getting it. It's like,
and the same could be said about streaming services. That's just the way like society is right now. Like, we're more inclined to pay for Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount, and every other streaming service known to man, versus saying, oh, let's, the whole cut the cable crowd and stuff. But you're not going to go to iTunes or whatever your platform is and download said movie or something like that. Like, you'll have the streaming platform. You know what I mean? And you'll do it and stuff. Maybe you will download it. Like for me, like I love The West Wing. I love that it's on HBO Max. I'd love to own The West Wing physically. I don't. One day I will. But for now, I love that HBO Max still carries The West Wing. And, it used to be Netflix and stuff. But like I see it like with that angle, like, so it's like, that's just the way society is. And with gaming, it just makes that much more sense. It's easy. People are used to subscriptions at this point now. So it's just something they're like, oh, it's just another subscription. And they just tie it off to that way. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's $15 a month. It's whatever. I forget how much it is. Like,
for the
Game Pass. Well, because there's different ones. There's Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate. I mean, with PC, they have Game Pass too. I liked it. With that, like any of the Microsoft first-party titles, I'm sure I'll get it when Halo comes out. I mean, Halo Infinite's a day one buy for me. I don't care what state it's in at this point. But
Game Pass or not.
But if it's Game Pass or not, but if it is Game Pass, I'd like to own it through that way. You know what I mean? I'd like to see the value in that. So,
I mean, if I wasn't an Xbox player, I would definitely say day one I would be in. I mean, if I wasn't a Game Pass subscriber, I should say day one I would be getting Halo. I think I'll even purchase Halo day one, just to purchase it because I love Halo, and I might even get the copy. I haven't bought physical copy in a long time, but Halo's just one of those games.
That might be a physical one that you just have to say. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because it's Halo, man. Halo's been around, man. That iconic song, the iconic theme, it's just everything about Halo. It's unfortunate they had a rough showing of it, at E3 last year, but they've proven that they're okay with pulling. Phil, once again, go ahead and pull it off, work on it for another year, do what you got to do with it, and then bring it back out.
Well, people are quick to forget that Halo's the reason why we have Xbox in the first place.
Yep.
If it's not for Halo Combat Evolved, you don't have an Xbox console. I'm sorry. Microsoft maybe is a publisher and maybe is somehow in the scheme of this, but you don't get Xbox. You don't get to have an Xbox Live service that has been industry favorite, for over 10 plus years and stuff like that.
That shit. Yeah, no, it's true. I agree. If it wasn't for Halo, there would be no Xbox. It's just the reality. It's if you go back and look at what you're saying and look at this, you're not just talking the shit, just talking. Go back and look at this history. Look at the lineage of this. I mean, Halo was never a Microsoft game at first. It was never a Microsoft game when it was first done and like shown off. It was supposed to be a PC game. Just
Apple. It was supposed to be on the Mac. It was supposed to be on the Mac. Yeah. It was coming out on the Mac. It was first shown at Macworld, I believe.
Macworld,
long time ago. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it was Bill Gates that came out and said, "Shit, I want this on my platform," and he ended up just saying, "Here's money, and I want you to just bring it on to this platform and make it just for us." So there's your image, but if it wasn't for Halo, it would be an Xbox. How people forget that, I mean, over the years, Halo Killer has come out, with Killzone, right? The Halo Killer. What happened to Killzone? Killzone, they shut up the servers. No longer exists. Over time and course of its career, it's been a lot of that. Halo's been in the center of a lot of the arena play, tournaments, just the iconic music. Hey, Yoshi. So it's been like kind of just like that. But man, listen, going back to what I was saying, Game Pass is a sexy thing right now. Game Pass is sexy because
it's still growing.
It's still growing. It was in January before they even announced these two Outriders and MLB The Show on this pass in January. Looks like Reckless is going to hook back. But in January, there were 18 million subscribers. The service has been out since I believe 2017. Mm-hmm. Chat, change. If you change my mind, please do that. If I'm wrong, please say so. But 2017, I think, is when Game Pass first came out. And I'll be honest with you, when that thing came out, I was like, has nothing for me on there because at the time there was a lot of arcade games, a lot of these indie games that I now play. There was a lot of these things that I'm going, I'm good. I don't need this at all. But as time went by, they started adding more and more value to it. The value started coming along, and that's important to me. Because again, I was one of those that I need the physical copy. It has to be. The physical copy is important to me. I need it because I just gotta have it, trade it, whatever. The value's in that. But then as time went by, digital started coming along. This whole GPU model, Game Pass Ultimate model, convinced me to go with it. Like, let me go. And then they announced first party day and date. For some titles, you get DLC like Gears. I mean, if you have not tried the new DLC Hive Busters for Gears, let me tell you right now, you are missing out. Hive Busters is an elite deal. Like, it's not even a DLC; it's an expansion. Elite for Gears of War. It's a whole nother game. If you have not tried that out, you're doing your stuff with the service on that. That'd be like me saying I have not tried out Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation or God of War or even SOCOM, which I bring that back to the days with Reckless SOCOM days. But Game Pass has added so much value even to the ones who own the Xboxes that I am now a huge believer in it. I will advocate for it any single time. Now that they added third-party day and date, that's the gates wide open. They're going to flood now, right? They added day and date Outriders, flooded the gates. So much so that I'm segueing into Outriders now, right? Outriders. Shit, they were not ready. Square Enix was not people may fly. Where people fly, people may fly. They were not ready.
Just to be clear, a lot of these studios don't be ready when they do these game releases.
Yeah, it's not just people can fly. It's not just the publisher Square Enix, but you know what? A lot of it's on Microsoft. We're using the Microsoft, Azure, cloud servers and stuff like that. We kind of talked about this offline a little bit, but let's talk about it here on the pod. Like, how do you not expect people? You market a game, you put trailers, you hype a game, you put it on your Game Pass, and then when the game launches, you cannot play the game. It's as simple as not being able to play a game that you are unable to play. Not even it's downloaded, it's pre-downloaded and stuff. Boom, it unlocks. You have an internet connection, but it's online only. You can't play offline. You need the servers to work, and you're flooded because everybody and their mother wants to play this game. And it wasn't just consoles that were affected. It wasn't just Xbox that was affected.
PC?
It was on PC as well too. PC was affected as well too. Do I know if it was specifically because of the console side? I don't know, but it just goes to show you on PC alone, the stats, it was 110,000 live users on Steam compared to the 30,000.
I think it broke
Steam for I think Square Enix records for day one, but day one 110K compared to the 30K on launch for Marvel's Avengers. If that goes to show you a game that might be similar in that whole style. You know what I mean? To a certain extent, not really similar. And that's another thing, too. A lot of people trying to compare Outriders with, it's like Division. Oh, it's like Destiny. Oh, it's like this game. Like, it's its own thing. For what it's worth, it is its own thing. But it has influences, and there are other games that do it, but they don't do it like this. It's their own take on it, their own style on it. So you still have to appreciate it for what it's worth when you're able to play the game.
Correct. And guys, world out there, we're not taking away from the developer, producer, director. We're not taking away from them. They do it. I know their job is stressful, and they do a tremendous job. I mean, I think they've been working throughout the whole Easter weekend. By the way, happy Easter, everybody. But they've been working through the Easter weekend just to get this game up and going. Let me tell you, the game, once you're in, you're in. It's fun as shit. Like, me and Money was playing yesterday for a few hours. We finally was able to play. I believe I played with Draven, Luke's brother, beforehand, and then I played with Money. But when the game works, it's fun. It works completely. Like, I hate to keep sounding like Phil over here. It just works. But I will go ahead and piggyback off of what Luke was saying. It's one of those things where it's like, this is not just them. This is every Destiny, Halo. You think about Gears of War. You think about what's another game? Just any game. Like if you are putting a deal together to day and date that on a Game Pass, chances are that was not something that was done overnight. Me and Logic was talking about this, behind the scenes. It's not something that happened overnight. They didn't just pick up the phone 1 week to another and go, "Hey, you ready to be on Game Pass? I got money for you." That just didn't happen, right? I'm assuming that. This is something that has to, marketing has to be involved. A plan has to get together, materials, the whole Twitter world thing, the social media manager, that kind of, all that has to be put together for something to be announced like that. So you had to expect that now that you're going to put this game on Game Pass, it's accessible to at least 18 million subscribers on Game Pass. Whether or not they played or not, that shouldn't be your mindset. You should already think, look, I got 18 million people already. On one side of the console spectrum or PC world, I got 18 million ready to download this, and you were not ready. It's disappointing. I'm not bashing them. I'm not bashing any of what they do or taking away from the work they've done. It's a beautiful game when it works. It's a gorgeous game, and I would hate for Twitter world to hate me on this, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm a gamer, and I'm entitled to my opinion, and we are all talking about how it works. But man, let's take the negative out. That's done. But how fun, Money? How fun is this game, man?
Game is extremely fun when it works.
Like the looting.
There's just getting our asses whooped. Just the game's just throwing enemies at you left and right. You gotta be on your cues, man, because people enemies don't.
You ain't fucking lying, man. I don't know what world. I don't know what these developers doing to this game, but the fucking default difficulty, that shit is on insane. I hate to sound like a bitch when it comes to talking about the difficulty, but golly, that difficulty. I mean,
and where we at now?
waves after waves of just enemies coming out. Like they got these enemies that literally rush you, not one or two, but like 15 or 20 of them with knives in their hand, rushing you and meleeing you. And I'm sitting here going, money out, I have out here, and I go down, and then he has to come and help me. It's just one of those games.
They be dodging your shots, so you be missing bullets.
Oh, you're missing bullets. You can't even hit your shot. Then you're worried about your specialty to come back. But the game is fun, man. We got up to the I believe Twitter World's talking about it right now. It's like we got up to the spider boss.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I haven't had on a looter shooter. I haven't had this much fun with a boss fight in a long time. Look, it crashed. It kept crashing money, so it was hard for us to connect back together. But we didn't stop. Like it wasn't one of those things where it crashed and we went, you know what? Let's try it some other time. We just kept trying because we wanted to beat this spider boss. If you guys try this game out and have not hit up the spider boss, wait till you get to the spider boss. He is on a different level. This guy has 3 bars of health. Each bar you deplete, he turns into something else. That last bar you hit, looks like I'm boring reckless. He's already yawning. That last bar I hit was like he turns into a goddamn snake, a centipede or some shit. It's just crazy. Oh, he's smoking now, so he's okay, cool. I think I'm boring this guy over there. You're right, reckless.
You're putting all the spoilers out.
Put the spoilers out. So, yeah, he's saying he wants all the smoke. Get it? See what I did there?
Want all the smoke, all the smoke.
Yeah. So now, man, this game is fun. It's just a shame that they couldn't get those servers day one right. I don't know why. I wouldn't even assume or pretend I know how to do the whole development side of thing or service side of thing, but they'll get it right. They'll get it right and they'll get it going.
Yeah, we're not going to pretend like that we know like coding and stuff like that. Like I don't care how much Google and how many YouTube videos you watch and shit like that. Like that takes between schooling and actual implementation and stuff like that. I'm not it's the same reason when I say, oh, Bungie should just balance their game. Why isn't Destiny balanced after 3-4 years, and then it's like they speak to it every time there's like release, but it's what it is. Like sometimes they just the way that the games are made and stuff, it just can't be balanced like in certain aspects of it and stuff like. And I don't know or why it goes back to the conversation of why we can't have anti-cheat in Cold War and in Warzone. You know what I mean? So it's like we didn't design the game that way. Design the game to have an anti-cheat. You got, it's the most popular battle royale, but yet we can't. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent, but it's like,
hey, we're about to join you on that one because I've already said this before. Deleted the shit out that game because how do you not have an anti-cheat?
Besides the fact that you take over my hard drive, multi-billion dollar, you take over my hard drive. I can't run if I don't have 4 terabits just laying around somewhere, to have my other games installed. It's like I'm at the mercy of you. And then, you let me delete the campaign. You let me delete parts of the game so I could play one part of the game. And then when I go to try to play that one part of the game, I'm getting in cheater lobbies. I'm getting in lobbies that end, on a whim like that. Like, give me a break.
That was their workaround, by the way. The workaround was, we got space for you. Delete the damn single player. Like, that's your workaround? Yeah, I got to buy a whole expansion.
By the way, their latest patch just brought back the stim glitch. To a certain extent. The latest, like, okay, and we're talking about this now. We're already over a year into this game at this point.
Didn't they have like that visible glitch come back from the helicopter with the gun on it?
I did that one too.
And they had to take the helicopter out of the game again.
Yeah, but that's what it is, man. Yeah, we have to remove parts of the game because for whatever reason we just can't patch or code properly. But yet we've been doing. Now, what's the excuse there? Like Kill said, or Rudy said. Billions of dollars in profit every single year. I understand, the way, the world that we're in and stuff like that. A lot of people working from home. I get that, but like, what are we doing? Like, what are we really talking about now?
Like, what are we really talking about? Yeah. It's if I have to go out there and get me a new hard drive, expandable hard drive, just to play this damn game, I got to delete portions of the game that I paid for full price on. And then I got to deal with the Warzone bugs. Like, and what season are they in that I'm dealing with bugs or hacks from like season 2, 1, like it's ridiculous. Like, why isn't there any anti-cheat? You're a multi-billion-dollar company, and the best you could do is every so often, about 3 or 4 months, tweet out something like, "We've banned 50 million players." Well, guess what, Joe Schmo? They're gonna make another account and just get back on it. It's what is that doing? Nothing. I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago there was a bug on there, a game-ending bug where a guy could shoot one person in the whole world with one person, ends the whole game. They won. No, man. If I didn't delete my game before that, I think I would have found this guy's address and I would have shook his hand and say, "Go fuck yourself," and just delete the game at that point because it's just. I'm done with Warzone. Like I deleted it over a month ago. I don't play this shit no more. I don't look at it. It doesn't have my attention. It doesn't deserve my energy.
Back on the Apex train, Kills. Back on the Apex train.
I'm back on the Apex train. I even try to find a damn refund for this shit. Like I was calling the back division, going, "Hey, bro, I've been a fan of you guys for years, man. You got $1,000 from me. Can I get this one back? Just this one. I want this one back. That's it.
Yeah, just this one. That's it.
Yeah, not just this one. But homeboy guy, he said, "No, it's part of my $100 million bonus after I fired everybody." That's
Please, come on.
Jesus Christ, that's a whole different story. But anyways,
yeah,
we're back on that Apex train.
Oh yeah,
we're back on that Apex train. Loving that game, guys.
So we were just playing Apex a little. Kills, tell them a little bit because we just had a few games. Me, you, and Money. We just had a couple of games before, but now you haven't really played crossplay that much, like with somebody in the PC lobby. So what was that experience just like right now, having somebody from a PC lobby just playing? Did you feel? My God.
Look, listen. Playing Warzone with a crossplay lobby,
right,
versus playing Apex Legends crossplay lobby, night and day.
Okay,
complete night and day. Now, I mean, you're always gonna get your keyboards and mouse sweaty. So you're always gonna get that. You're always gonna get the ones that are on their joystick and the controller with the elites doing their whole, with the hand and all that. I'm too old for that, but it's you're gonna get that. But the difference between those two games with the cross lobby is night and day. Like I enjoy myself playing Apex. The game design allows for the jumping and the sliding because that's the game design of it versus playing a Call of Duty game online and then having to deal with Adderall kids with playing with Adderall.
People that are staking, they're watching. They're competitive. They got two monitors. They got the competitive Call of Duty league going on the left, and they're implementing and they're literally they're what are they slide canceling.
Slide canceling,
slide canceling because that's a thing, on your controller and stuff like that. Like you can't slide cancel on keyboard and mouse, but it's a little more difficult from what I understand.
It's a little difficult, yeah.
Yeah, but on auto tactical sprint, on the controller and stuff like that, slide cancel, and that's it. And everybody's a zoomer, and it feels like everybody's on Adderall, and you know what I mean. It's just
Adderall and what's that drink? The Game Fuel, whatever.
Adderall, Adderall. You put a little bit of Adderall, a little bit of Game Fuel, an FFAR, and a Mac 10, and
a Mac 10.
And
call it a day. It's just I can't no more. I mean, maybe it's my age or whatever it is, but hey, I would even go as far as say bring back the YY 360 scope, no scope. Just bring that back. I'm okay with that. I can deal with idiots jumping in the sky doing circles. But this right here, where like constant, and I'm probably gonna get shit for this too, but constant having to click. I play on console, so click the left stick down to fucking run over and over again because the UAV is one of these. It doesn't make sense to me. I have a perk on that stops me from being seen from a UAV radar, but I gotta move for it not to see me. I gotta move. Hello.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. But I'm probably gonna get shit for you're just a camper and you like camping. Fuck that. It ain't about camping.
We old now.
It ain't about camping. It camping or not, that's more. It makes more sense in a first person shooter game than jumping around and sliding and canceling, sliding,
bunny hopping, slide canceling, and every other. Right, the mechanics that they're in there, but they're really not supposed to be in there. It's like it's the mechanics of the game. You understand that, like contextual lane. I think we talked about this already. I'm a fan of the contextual, like actually mounting, from the Modern Warfare 2019.
Oh,
I like that. I hope they keep that. I hope when the next one comes out after the supposed World War II Vanguard that we're getting, I hope they keep that. You know what I mean? Because that was I really enjoyed that in the regular multiplayer and stuff. I don't know if I used it as much in Warzone, but you can use it because it's basically built like the Warzone engine is built off of Modern Warfare 2019. For what it is. But it's like I enjoyed that, but the slide canceling I don't enjoy. And as a PC player, and I play hardcore modes too and stuff like that. So that's a whole other thing. Different game of playing like Warzone and having to deal with people with shields and stuff like that. A little bit harder to take down, but I'm used to it because I play Destiny. Everybody's got shield and space magic and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's cool. I get it, but for so many people playing your game, I feel like it just like they just go off of that. and they just don't do enough to fix it. And they just say it is what it is. Here's some little patches here and there, and and be happy with it.
I mean, it's in order for Activision to make any changes, I guess it got to make sense to them because they went away from the whole microtransaction after so many years doing that, and so many people complaining about it that they finally went away from that. And because of Fortnite, how lucrative a battle pass system works, they went ahead of the a battle pass system, which is not the best when they first implemented it in the Black Ops series. Black Ops 4 wasn't the best way to implement it. It was weird. But with Modern Warfare, when they launched it on that, it became a little bit more streamlined, a lot more streamlined, and a lot better looking and understandable. That I think they made more money doing this than any year they have.
You can't have a game that comes out now that doesn't launch with a battle pass. It's it's nearly impossible. I mean, they added a battle pass to Rocket League. Rocket League didn't launch with a battle pass. Battle Pass became popular. Like obviously we know, Fortnite was the one that pretty much sent it off the charts. But then, a lot of other BRs follow suit, and then just other games in general. Like normal games that aren't battle royales have battle passes. You know what I mean? Like you could play Cold War, never touch Warzone, but you're playing a battle pass and you're leveling up every season, and you're getting your 2 free maps and stuff. You know what I mean? Which is cool. Sure. And even though one of them's a map from, the old Black Ops, who gives a shit? Because honestly, and that's another thing too, me as a fan of competitive Call of Duty, I prefer to see the old maps come in because those 3 lanes, they were better that way. Their older maps were built better for competitive, and now some of the maps, like they go crazy with their designs where they're just not built, for certain game styles and stuff and game variants,
Correct. It's like an RPG shooter. Have fun on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
everybody's just make money now.
Yeah,
that's. It's. Oh man, I don't know. I'm stuttering with this stupid ass game. It's one of those things. Was like Battle Pass is. It makes sense now. It makes so much money now. It's lucrative, but it took them how long to get to this fucking point? Like it took them so long to get to. Okay, now we can do Battle Pass because shit over there, Fortnite's making so much goddamn money, and now I want to do that. I'm too greedy. I gotta have more. Bobby Kotick gotta have more money in his pocket.
What's the best way to implement it now? How do we implement it in our game? How do we take advantage of it in our game?
And all we asking as a consumer, as a gamer to this fucking title, to this franchise, because a lot of us here, even some in my chat, has played fucking Call of Duty since God knows when. I know Chris Whitey. Chris Whitey, what's up? He's in my chat right now. He's watching, and we played this back in PlayStation days, back when we worked together in Bubblegum's shrimp company back then. Yeah. It's one of those things where we played it back then, but take our money, the billions of dollars you've made over this which is one franchise, this one right here, and reinvest that bad boy, and give us anti-hacking or anti-cheat. Give us that. Create something brand new that even other developers want to use it. You have to
give us a break for a year. How about don't release a Call of Duty? How about that one? Is it that because it's gotten to that point now where they're Madden at this point or NBA 2K? We get a Call of Duty every single year. Like, just give us a break. Let a game marinate. Let a game like in the competitive scene because I play Call of Duty because my dad plays Call of Duty. Like that's a game that we bond over. That's a game that we play together on PC and stuff like that. Like he literally has bought me the last 2 titles because we will play that game like off the rip. We'll play hours and hours and hours. But it comes to a point where it's just like, okay, how much of this are we going to play? When does this stop becoming fun? Like, when have you gotten enough clips? When have you gotten enough tomahawk kills? When have you done all? You know what I mean? When's enough is enough? And then or just let a game marinate and just be successful. If you make a good game, just let it chill and then give yourself enough time to make another game so you don't have the problems. Like you could actually work out kinks in your current game and not release a game that has problems. Not to say that Call of Duty games launch with problems, but Warzone, for example, give you more time to focus on Warzone.
Make the games fun again. Like I should like when we was playing Modern Warfare, we was playing Shipment 24/7. That was the only time we would have fun playing it. They have no fun on the new maps or the old maps they've been coming out. We just play one map for a whole goddamn year. Then Cold War come.
What was it? What was the other map? It was Shipment, but then what was the other map that we like playing?
It was Shoot House.
Shoot the House.
Shoot House, yeah. Shoot House. Go to war. that was a popular map for us, and not just for us, but for the community Call of Duty, where they literally had to.
The whole community was so pissed when they took them out of rotation. Like, yo, put it back on. Like, that's how you know your community's mad at you when you're taking out their fun modes and stuff like that. Just, come on, man.
Yeah, like you got some good maps, but every new map that came out on Modern Warfare was just not right. Even that got shit for coming out with maps that was like doodle maps. It was not good. And now you got Black. I was a big Treyarch fan when it came to the first Black Ops 1 and 2 and maybe even 3, with the whole jetpacking thing, the boosting. But lately, it's just I'm not even feeling Treyarch no more. Like their cycle of Call of Duty is just not. And I think the rumors were, I don't think it's ever confirmed, where the rumors were that this game, this Black Ops Cold War, was supposed to be Sledgehammer that was creating this model game, and it got taken away from them. And then Treyarch was told to come in there and just finish it up and create something. Kudos to them coming up with something, because the game was supposed to be already completely done by Sledgehammer, and then they took it over and reskinned it to whatever it is now. Kudos to all that, because as a developer, that's quite a lot of stress to be put under. But at the same time, I'm with Logic or Luke when he says give this franchise a break. Give it a break. Let it breathe for a year. Let it do whatever. Like I said this with Modern Warfare when they launched Warzone. I said, let it breathe. You got Warzone, a battle royale game that can live for a whole another year and give you legs while you make whatever you're making in the back end better and create what you need to. So, yeah, as long as you do it right. But this model they got, and it's only going to get worse because for them, for whatever reason, they got to keep pumping out a Call of Duty every single year.
I played World War II from Sledgehammer. I enjoyed it on PC. Like I was a fan of it. But it was still another World War II game. And I think I'm at that point, too, where it's like, I need current times. I need Battlefield. I'm telling you, if Battlefield 6, I think we're going with now, if that is not modern or post, like futuristic, I'm out. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. I'm not doing it.
Look,
I refuse. I refuse.
Battlefield took how many years off? How many years did Battlefield take off, though?
But you had Battlefield 1, and then you had Battlefield, what was it? Battlefield 1, which is World War 1. And then Battlefield 5, which is World War II, but it was just more of Battlefield 1 it was literally Battlefield 1 in a new landscape.
Right.
And if we want to get real technical, it was it was Battlefront. If we want to get real, because those games were you could almost swap out the characters, and it's like, oh, Battlefield, Battlefront. You know what I mean? It's like you could almost swap out the themes for them, because that's the feel that you got from it, because they felt very similar. It's just that one was Star Wars and one was based off of like real wars. You know what I mean? But I'm over that. I'm over that era. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody that fought a war back then or anything like that, or just these games in general. Like I don't want to be disingenuous to that sentiment. But as far as a gamer, I need current. I need whatever current issues or future, make them up. It doesn't have to be something that's real. Make up your own storyline. At this point,
based on true events,
based on true events, do all that, but give me something current, because I'm kind of like, I'm not looking forward to the next Call of Duty. Sorry, I don't care what they do.
A lot of us aren't.
If the rumors are to be believed,
a lot of us aren't. I mean, World War One, Call of Duty World War One, that Sledgehammer made, the last game they made, it started off funky. It was not good, but then they went ahead and revamped it and did some they redid it, the whole thing. And after that, it came out a little bit better. But still, I a little hope, because now they're going to be using the Modern Warfare engine. So, I'm going to give it a look, because it's a Modern Warfare engine. And I like the Modern Warfare engine. It was beautiful. But still, very skeptical about getting a next Call of Duty title for a while. Because if the rumors are true, with Battlefield 6 coming out, set 30 years from now, it's going to have drones and that kind of stuff. It's just, they're calling it the Battlefield 4 on steroids. And if that's true, and then oh my god, like I would forget about.
You guys don't remember this, but we played a game years ago. It was Battlefield 2142, and it was basically with the mechs. It was a futuristic one. I've been saying this for years. Give me Battlefield 2143. Put it a year after. Give me the same conflict, but just updated graphics. Give me this current graphics, but all of that flying up to a ship, blowing it up. The game modes that they had, and it literally, you jump inside of a little missile pod as just like a regular soldier. You launch up into this ship, the capital ship. You have to fight your way through the ship, disable it, plant C4 charges, and then there you are like a badass running up the ship while it like blows off at the end. That was just fun game mode. It was so much fun. And then they had even back to the simple things like stabbing somebody in the back, like with your knife, and you take their tags, and now you own their dog tags. Like, remember those days? Remember those days when you would literally when you knife somebody and you take their tags and that's it? Now you have to go back always bragging rights. And then you literally own their tags now. Like, I miss those days.
Those are the days where I'll try to join your games. You know, try to get on your tags.
That's before we were known.
Yeah.
Nah, but those I remember like I think they had that on what's that one Battlefield spinoff? Bad Company.
Yeah, Bad Company was
fun.
Well, the Bad Company. That's it. I had a lot of fun with Bad Company when they started really introducing the Frostbite. You know, Bad Company. What was it? Bad Company 2, I think, 360. And then we got that was a lot. I'm sorry, that was a lot of fun. I wasn't a Bad Company 1 person. I think Heartbeat was on it a lot. I think my brother was on it, but Bad Company 2, I loved it. Vietnam, I was a fan of Vietnam. Like, you know what I mean? But that was when I was really in it and stuff. Like those expansions that came out with it and stuff. I mean, I had a lot of fun with those. And then we got Battlefield 3, amazing. Battlefield 4, amazing. Like, I mean, for me personally, like
the evolution.
Yeah, the evolution of that. And then it's like, all right, let's take it back. Like, I'm not to say that Battlefield 1, based off of World War I, like wasn't. It was good. It was, but then it was good. It was for what it was. Like, it was like that old school 1917, like in that old gritty, and they made it like super gritty and stuff. Like, you felt like you were out there in those theaters and stuff like that, like in the Swiss Alps and stuff. And that one where you went the one mission where you had like the different bunkers, and then it was like the mountains that were on both sides of you, and you were at like in this little like channel and stuff. I mean, that was a lot of fun. I had like take the plane in there and stuff, and do like air raids and everything. That was cool. Or the blimp that would fly over, you would spawn from the blimp. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was cool. But then you give me Battlefield 5, which is World War II. Like, I'm sorry, I played this technically already. I played this already. It's when you originally did Battlefield. You know what I mean? And when you originally did a Call of Duty, like I played this years ago. I need, yes, it looks shiny, it looks pretty, but it was just a lot of the same, for me personally. Yeah. Yeah, that's really what it felt like. It just felt like a reskin, just an excuse to be like, hey, look, we have another Battlefield, buy the Battle Pass. And they did come out with like a mini BR. I think with Battlefield 5, that was the big thing, right? Like we got like a BR.
Yeah, it was a BR for the last
kind of, or whatever you want to call a BR, like if you want to even call it that. Like,
if you just made that free to play, I think that would have been more popular. But
that too.
You tied that behind a paywall and expecting people to buy it, and then you give the example, if you don't like it, don't buy it type shit.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, man.
That's always frustrating.
It's just not consumer friendly. Like, what are we doing?
I hate that's the biggest thing I hate when a developer or publisher goes, if you don't like it, don't play it. That kind of energy.
But how do you tell EA, who's notorious for being that way, like one of the most like they doing egregious stuff when it comes to like things like passes and things like looting, like loot crates and stuff like that. Like, they were egregious with Star Wars. Egregious. How do you tell them, like, don't be greedy? You can't do it.
I think the Disney team stepped in on that one, though. The Disney team stepped in on that.
They had to, because they were basically taking a brand that's been around since 1972. At the when the first Star Wars come out, okay, and you're making it, you're dirtying it up the name at this point. It doesn't matter if it's a video game or not. Like, people play the game, thousands of people playing it and stuff like that. You're giving the brand a bad representation.
Yep. Yeah.
You don't think people be pissed off if like they poorly represented, Luke and Mandalorian? Everybody lost their fucking mind when, Luke came out in The Mandalorian. Are you kidding me? I cried. I'm in tears. I wasn't even named after the guy. I was in tears when I saw that episode.
That was a great video. That was a good surprise. How they kept up the raps. Woo.
I think when we was in a party, I was like, yo, Money, did you see the new Mandalorian episode? I was like, nah. I said, yo, you gotta watch that shit together.
You gotta watch that shit together.
Like, oh, shit. Look at this. I was hyped when I saw that.
Yo, when Luke came out, I was like, the thing about that, though, is there was no leak.
No.
Leading up to that, no fucking leak whatsoever. It was just like, let's watch the episode.
He got more justice landing on that ship and going through all of those droids than he did in the entire series for the Skywalker trilogy, like trilogy? For 7, 8, and 9. And you know what? And I watched 7, 8, and 9. I enjoyed 7, 8, and 9 for what it was as a Star Wars fan. It's like people that want to shit on the original trilogy, or not shit on the prequel trilogy. I'm sorry. I'm a fan through and through. It's where I can understand people being upset with Jar Jar and all of that shit, and I get it. The comic relief. I get
there was no
it.
need for Jar Jar.
But it's like, honestly, but what saves that movie right there is literally the fight with Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul at the end of that movie. I don't care. Like, literally cut out the rest of that movie, and just that scene right there with them fighting is that movie. I don't care what anybody says, you know? And Anakin piloting and stuff like that was pretty fun too. But yeah, like, you know, it's crazy. Crazy.
Kills can't hear you.
Mike.
There we go. You hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
My bad. That live mute. No, I was saying we that group that goes from fucking Battlefield to Star Wars and find another great.
I got there through EA though. I made the connection. I mean,
you made the connect.
Well, you know, I
think I'm gonna end that topic. I'm gonna end that topic with a prediction. I think Battlefield 6 will be day and dates on Game Pass.
Isn't that already a given though because of them having EA Play?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, all right, so that's a gimme. It's a gimme. So you get that one. I mean, that's a gimme prediction.
Okay. I think it's safe side.
That's safe. But yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
I mean, think about it. It's EA Pass is together with, you know, Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
So EA Pass is there. They have that relationship and that strong bond. They've had this for years. Remember that? What's his name? Phil Harrison, I believe his name was. Well, he used to run Xbox and then he left and went to EA. He's the one that had a tattoo of Master Chief or Halo on his arm, when he came on the EA3 stage. The London dude. The
English guy. No, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of
the English guy.
That was somebody else.
I forgot his name. He ended up going from running Xbox division to EA. I mean, that relationship kept going, and then he ended up leaving and doing something else. But that whole EA Microsoft thing's been there for quite some time now, to the point where they added Pass to EA Pass to the Game Pass model. At no additional fee, by the way, no extra charge. So you get that. But I think it just makes sense for a Battlefield franchise that hasn't had a Battlefield game for 3 years now.
They've been on
3 years?
Yeah, when did
2.5 years? Because they were supposed to come out last year with it, but
and it got pushed.
It got pushed. Yeah, they wanted to have more people working on it. That's why when you heard the news about the people working on the new Need for Speed.
Yeah,
November makes 3 years for Battlefield 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's so 3 years November. So
yeah, but compared to Call of Duty, every single year, you know. But that's another thing. But then it goes back to the consumer. We're a consumerist, society. So at the end of the day, you put something in front of us, we're gonna buy it. Like we don't, for whatever reason, us as a society, especially here in America, we just don't know how to like say no. Like we're,
we don't.
Approach is big and stuff like that, but when it comes to like consumerism and shit, it doesn't matter how bad or how pissed we might be at you as a company. You put something in front of us, we will buy it. It doesn't matter how pissed we get at you, and then we'll talk shit after the fact. We'll give you the money to then talk shit.
You hit right in there. Like as an American consumer, that is the most annoying part about being an American consumer and seeing this. That we will pay top fucking dollar for your game. We'll pay the season pass. We'll pay cosmetics. Shit, we'll throw in our fucking firstborn at your game, but we're still gonna talk shit about it because we hate it. Yep. Why the fuck are we buying the game if we hate it? I don't. American consumers are the weirdest. We're the weirdest.
That part.
Jesus, we're the weirdest. Like, and then turn on and go, well, I'm entitled to my opinion and me bitching about it because
I bought it.
I bought it. Like,
yeah,
fuck.
Where the biggest thing you could have said, the biggest statement you could have made as a consumer is to not buy it. And literally, you show them with your wallet. You just don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Year over year, they're going to report billions of dollars. Call of Duty Black Ops is now Call of Duty Cold War is now the number one selling Call of Duty of all time. Again, because every year it's the same thing.
You know how frustrating. Every time I see that shit, how frustrating it is. Like we're never going to get a good Call of Duty because motherfuckers keep buying this broken game, and we love it. Give us more. We hate your fucking game. Give us more. Make more of this garbage.
Right. We hate your. Wait, no, that's a tag. We hate your fucking game. Give us.
Give
more.
me Call of Duty.
Give us more.
I want my Call of Duty.
Yeah, I need it. I need it.
It's that. It's just. And how many times in our chat we spoke about this? Where it's like, Vote with your goddamn wallet. Vote with your wallet. And we sit here going, yeah, I'm gonna vote my wallet.
We were saying this years ago on the Xbox when it came to when it came to DLC. It's like not when it came to Destiny 1. It's like Destiny 1's like, oh, this I'm not buying the next DLC. I'm not buying the next DLC. Fuck that. I'm over it. Next thing you know, which came out. Taken King came out. Oh, bye. Day one.
Taking.
But you can't. But look what they did, though. But you know what I mean. They had two DLCs that came out before Taken King, right? Those little in between ones, and then you get the full expansion, and the full expansion is where it's at. But the in between one is where you suffered, and they still can't get that shit right now anyway. There's still years in Destiny 2. They still can't get that shit right, man.
I dropped out of Destiny. Yeah, I dropped out of Destiny a while ago, but I don't hate the game. Like I love the lore. I love that. It's
still a pure shooter, man. It still feels like a great shooter.
Yeah, I don't hate the game at all. I just don't play. It's not my forte, and I took too much of the whole. What it was like? They didn't even have a pathway for that fucking game. Like it was like, we got DLC coming out in 2 months, and in 2 months came around with some little microtransaction that lasted like a 5-minute side story. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it was just, but as the years went by, you know what made what was the, I would say the blessing in the sky for Destiny when they made it free to play.
When
they made that shit free to play, and they separated from
New Light,
Activision.
When they separated from Activision and they did New Light, yes, you're 100% right.
It was just at that point that game just flourished into something else. Now you're giving more accessibility to people. Again, utilizing the partnership or the relationship you have with Xbox, not being bought again by them, but partnering up with them to put this on the Xbox Game Pass, right? Was that?
Reborn got a message for you.
Yeah, I stopped playing Destiny since Logic kept killing me. Tell him, all right, you know what? I'm not even. I saw it. I wasn't acknowledging that statement, but that's fine. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
I'm a blast that.
Tell him he plays Warframe now. He's a Warframe guy. He's not a Destiny guy. So
it says Reborny Gangsta says to. I'm assuming he's referring to you. Stop playing Destiny since Logic kept killing me. Tell him. Well, I put you on blast. You're on live stream. I don't have to tell him. He can read it. And what do you got to say about that, Logic?
No, I'm just not acknowledging it. That's fine because he's a Warframe guy anyway, so we don't acknowledge that.
What is
War? There it is, Kills. That's it. That's a great response. We should end it on that right there. What is Warframe? Thank you for joining the podcast this week. It's been amazing. We love you guys. Actually, we can't wait to talk to you next week. And
what the fuck is a Warframe?
What is Warframe? There it is.
Oh man,
there it is.
He's probably going crazy right now.
No, he's losing his mind. He's losing his mind right now. He's literally losing his mind.
Is Warframe a new skin for Call of Duty?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Warframe.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right.
It's a new skin that came out for Call of Duty. It's in the store right now for like $20.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's called Warframe. Yeah. It comes with the little lasers that you can shoot out.
I need to get it.
Yeah.
It's a pink T-shirt with like boxers on and shit. That's Warframe. That's Warframe for you.
Yep.
No.
That's more like Money's character. Money likes that kind of fly shit.
Yeah, go ahead with yourself. I'll start.
All right, guys. I love doing this every single Sunday, but we're gonna end it on this last topic. This is the topic I want to end it on, and we're probably gonna go back and forth on this. But I'm gonna tell you, you guys gotta see it right now. You guys see it in the ticker right now. Spamzilla versus Kong.
I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave it on Fuckzilla. I can care two shits about that short-handed little hand motherfucker. I don't like him.
That's my childhood hero, man. Don't talk shit about him.
I'm gonna go. I was gonna say you can't talk shit about Zilla, can you? Is that allowed?
I can. Shit.
Is that allowed?
I'm probably gonna get heat for it, but Zilla can.
You know how many great Zilla movies there were? You talk
No, those Zilla movies are okay. I'm talking about this shit right here. Kong versus Zilla.
You don't Godzilla, but those are good. Nah, you said fuck this whole franchise.
I want all the Zilla smoke, all of it. Fucking guy spamming his laser. What the fuck? I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
Spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Spoilers.
I'm not gonna spoil it. No. I mean, if you haven't watched it, it's great.
No, but I'm just saying.
I don't care.
Wait. Before you even end it, we need to talk about, let's say, Mario.
Oh, Mario died,
IGN
right?
saying that they canceling out.
Mario died, right? He died?
No.
Like, the kid
It was
won?
just I thought it was just the Mario All Stars or something like that they stopped. I mean, it was a messed up
What is-
tweet that I saw.
What is that about, though? I mean, why would you do?
It was
the
a
whole stopping-
misrepresentation. I thought when I saw the tweet itself. I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, please. 'Cause I don't understand what this Mario dying shit is. I didn't understand that at all.
I think IGN posted it, and it was on the 30. It was like it was supposed to be on Mario's birthday.
Did they pull a Kotaku like when they got fooled by the April Fool's joke with the whole?
It almost
Halo
seemed
not
that
launching.
way. It almost seemed that way. Here, hold on.
Fucking guys, that's journalism for you. They don't even research nothing. They put out a whole article about how Halo got delayed again.
See if I can pull it up. Keep talking.
Nah, you good. Dead air is good. We need to reset.
Stall.
Stretch it out. So, guys, how's life? How's life? Yeah.
After this, I'm about to tell some Easter.
Shit. After this, I'm gonna get back on. I'm gonna get back on some. I don't know if you're gonna get on money, but we're gonna get on some Outriders or log off riders, right? What's it called? Log off riders.
Oh, log off riders. Oh, okay. You're gonna attempt to play Outriders?
Yeah, we're gonna attempt to play Outriders, the log off riders.
What's today? April. Yo, how many posts does IGN do in a single day on Twitter? Can that be explained?
Probably like 15 or 20. I have to mute them.
Yeah,
They get annoying.
15 or 20 between retweets.
And they recycle the same news story. Always.
Yeah, seems that way, huh?
They slow news day, man. They don't really recycle the same ones. They'll change like one word and then retweet it or something.
They kick it over because they know they made a mistake by saying Mario's dead.
Yeah. That threw me way over.
That's the only reason why I knew what you guys were talking about, like what Reckless was talking about, is because I saw a post from IGN, but it looked like the wording was weird. I wonder if it's even still up anymore. I'm trying to get there, but I remember it being around the end of March that they posted it.
What they saying? They canceling out a couple of his games. They canceling out a couple of their games,
like,
so that's why
was
they did
supposed
that.
to be like games that was
They're not
supposed
like
to be
Super Smash Brothers. They're not bringing that back.
Isn't that the games they came out with, the anniversary one, 35 years or whatever?
That's what I thought.
I don't know if you hear me, but that shit.
Yeah, no, we hear you.
No, we hear you.
Yeah, that was the 35-year one. That's the one that
That's the one that they told about. There was just
they removed about 4 games from Mario. So that's what I'm under.
Mario dies today, not really, but March 31st is the last day. Super Mario 3D All Stars, Super Mario 35 Bros 35, and more will be available on the Nintendo eShop. Rest in peace, you space-faring water jetpack wielding plumber. That was IGN. Like what? Like, okay. Basically, they were removing it from the Nintendo eShop. They were removing Super Mario 3D All Stars and Super Mario Bros 35.
It's a digital game. What? I don't get it. Like, why?
Well, that's the same reason how Sony's shutting down. What was it? Sony shutting down their online because we're going to stop supporting Vita and PS3 and PS4, PSP.
Yeah,
it's PSP 2001, whatever. Or no, not 2001, 2004 or 5, whenever it was that came out.
I mean, I get it. The whole. I mean, it's no secret that Sony has always been that company that doesn't really care too much about legacy stuff.
Right.
Like they're the ones that will preach. Let's go forward with the new generation and stop holding us back with the old ones. I get that.
Look what they did with the PS3s. Only 2 of them being backwards compatible, and then only a certain percentage.
Right.
Whereas 360 it was almost entirely backwards compatible with the Xbox games that just pop in. Yeah, oh yeah, that I remember. I pre-ordered mine from Amazon. That's how crazy that was. Just to play FIFA.
Look at that classic right there.
Yo, put that in the museum, money.
That belongs in the museum. That
literally
belongs in the museum.
I would still be playing this if I ain't have to charge it to.
The best part about that handheld device was the touchpad on the back and playing the soccer and playing FIFA.
And,
playing FIFA on that handheld with the touchpad on the back. Best part. And
it's a sad day, though, man.
Play Final Fantasy X and X2. That was because it went mobile, and they put Final Fantasy X and X2 on there. That was I owned the little memories card, whatever the fuck they called it. The little
proprietary. It was proprietary. It was like
the proprietary game cartridge that they had that you still needed.
That shit.
That you still needed a memory card for to
MLB the
install the
show.
game.
Yeah,
They were doing that. They were doing that before the consoles, dude. They were like, wait, oh no, even though you have the game, you still got it downloaded onto your memory card.
yes, I
So
remember
make
that
sure
shit.
you buy a bigger memory card. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Sony don't give a shit. They just care about money, man. At the end of the
Yo,
day,
it's
then-
like, yo, buy
it's
this
no secret.
proprietary memory. Oh, by the way, it was proprietary. It wasn't even a micro SD card.
Yeah, it wasn't even micro SD.
It was
yeah.
its own proprietary memory card. Kiss my
But
ass.
they've been doing that. They're doing that with the PS5 right now with the whole M.2, M.1.
Yeah, but
whatever.
you could crack into. Can you add memory? Didn't they show how you could add memory though to
There's
that?
an expansion. There's an
the
expansion
and it's an
area.
actual M.2, right?
M.2.
Like, is it M.2? So okay, like that's understandable. I mean, it's a bitch to get into it, from what I understand.
Look, I just hope that those who own that PS5 console are ready to or know. And I say this, I don't say this in a fanboyish way, but I hope you know how to. I hope you know how to install those M2s, the M.2s. They're not as simple as pop. You pop it in, it's good to go. They have to go on an angle.
They have
to pop
they
in.
go on an angle. They get pushed down. They get screwed in.
Yeah.
If you know anything about like all you need to do is watch one like PC build over the last like year or two, because they all use M.2 hard drives, and you'll know how to install them, because they're pretty much all they come in different lengths and different sizes. That's another thing that could trip somebody up if they buy an M.2 that it's not the right size for the PS5.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna brand these things, Sony.
You would hope that they would
actually or whatever.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just scary to me that I'm thinking about the casual players, because I know a while ago we were concerned about the naming of the console. Like, if people are gonna confuse with the 1X and the Series X and the X 1S, and if you were that concerned about that, I'm just afraid of those casual gamers, the grandma, the grandpa, or the mom and dad that go into store, grab that memory card, and then they give it to their 10-year-old kid who doesn't know nothing but gaming.
Like, how do I install? Yeah, how am I taking apart my console to now install this?
Now he has to rip apart the console and find the expansion bay and watch a YouTube video just to find out that he has to put an angle if it's the right memory card.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to be like I'm sure like Money's sons at this point could probably like help you with that, because I mean, kids these days, these generation of kids, they're basically handed cell phones and tablets out of the womb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, legit, controllers and stuff like that. Like, yeah. These kids are crazy.
Those are facts.
Yeah.
So, on that note, guys, again, another good Sunday. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to join us today. Those who were in the chat, I appreciate you guys chatting it up with us today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or in Twitter world. This will be uploaded later on YouTube, so it can be rewatched later. I'll let you guys know through Twitter. But before I go, Luke, where they can find you?
It's same place, man. It's on Twitter, Logic's So Sick. I think it's Logic's_so_sick, because I'm special like that. I don't know why. They won't just give me the name. I have to put the underscore, so that's what it is. And then IG, it's the same thing. So, because I'm special like that.
Okay. Underscore. I hate when they do that. They do the whole underscore hyphenated.
The only thing, because they won't let me. They won't just give me the name. I can't just put it straight up. So I gotta add the underscores. So underscores it is.
Fucking worse.
Yep.
That guy P Money. Where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at that guy P Money, or that guy P Money on Xbox. If you want to get some games in, that's pretty much it.
Oh hell yeah! If you guys want to get some games in, hit us up and throw us a line. I mean, we'll be more than happy to play with you guys. But we're about to hit up anyways. We're about to hit up some Outriders, and later on we're gonna nightcap it with some Apex like we always do. Reckless. Where can they find you?
I know. I don't know. They could find me somewhere around New York City in the corners and shit.
Fucking guy.
Driving somewhere now. Where are you driving in the mean streets of New York?
But yeah, you can catch me on. You can catch me up on Xbox, Unit Reckless, and what? It's my Twitter. Nah. Yeah, you can hit me up on Twitter. Trigonomics.
I got your Twitter. Yeah, I got your Twitter up in the bottom scrolling right now. He's at Trigonomics. If you guys want to hit him up as well. These guys are good follows on Twitter if you guys want to hit them up. But as always, you guys can find us there. This video will be uploaded on YouTube shortly. Once it comes up, I'll let you guys know, notify you guys. Again, I appreciate you guys, each and one of you guys joining in on this. Reborn, I don't know what happened to you. Why didn't you join? But he's
family,
in the chat.
Yeah, Easter family.
Easter family. Okay.
Easter family.
He's
so
in
it's
the
all
chat,
good.
blowing it up, so he's got a pass on that.
Pulling up Reckless right now.
But for the rest of Twitter world, I thank you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, retweet. I don't know, follow. Do all that you got to do to get
everything. Do it all. Do it all.
Do it all so you don't miss another episode of this. But we are doing this every single Sunday. I thank you guys for watching. Once again, happy gaming.
Yo, Reckless, stop hotboxing in your car.
And that.
Yeah. Y'all mad because you hit a Mr. Softy truck out here.
Oh, that's what we want.
Nah, you don't even hear it now. He pulled off.
I couldn't.